Hey guys, it's Jenna Apgar, and today we are on day number 5 of the Business Growth Network Insiders Double Your Business Challenge. And today we're going to be talking about product market fit. What the heck is that, right? So here's the problem we're solving. We've come up with your goals. We've discovered who you are, why you do what you do, and your superpower. We've gone through, we've discovered what your passion is, where your knowledge base is at, and how those can combine together in a profitable, testable validation niche. We've started working on your customer avatar. Now that we have all that information about your customer avatar, we need to put it down into sales copy and sales messaging that is going to be the very foundation of all the messaging that we're going to be putting out, whether it be on video, in text format, however that you're going to communicate with your ideal customer, with your ideal customer avatar. We've got to know how to sell to them. We got Sean on, awesome series, outstanding. I'm sure he'll be the first one doing this 30-day challenge. But this is going to be critical because most of the time we are selling the hardest way possible. There are 4 different ways that you can speak to your customer to sell your product. Those are going to be the very technical specifications. What are they actually going to get? What are they going to have? This is where I see most people selling all day long. They go to these networking events. They're like, this is what I've got. You're going to get your plumbing service. You're going to get your educational. You're going to get your book. This sofa, it's 5 feet by 2 feet by 3 feet tall. It's all technical specification. And you don't sell and you wonder why. And it's because you're selling on the lowest level humanly possible, and it's crushing your business. And that's why your sales are absolutely flat. So flat sales, flat offer, no one taking you up on anything. This might be one of your core problems. Assuming that you have a niche and you have knowledge and you have passion and it's still garbage, this might be where you're falling flat. So the second level that you can sell on to take it to the next level is to start cracking into how they feel before and after your product. So one of the common terminology, when we talk about this, is the before and after grid, before and after sales. Product market fit, though, is the technical industry fancy marketing jargon, right? How do they feel before your product? Are they feeling anxious, frustrated, and scared, angry? And afterwards, they feel super happy. They want to run through fields of flowers, just like they have some song playing in the background. They feel awesome. They feel exuberated. They feel relieved. What is it your customer feels? That is level number 2. Level number 3. This is where we're getting into some magic. And that is changing their average day. When you understand the average day of your customer before your product or service and after your product or service, this is mind-blowing. This is how you can get an easy hands-down sell, is to change their average day. Now, think about this on just you. What do you do every single day? Now, what if somebody told you with this small little purchase that you could step in and your average day, this thing that you hate doing every day, that exhausts you every day, could be eliminated and gone? That is an easy sell when you can change someone's average day. You've got a worksheet. I'm going to tell you, this is not the easiest thing to do. You have to really think of your product in a completely different way. Think about though a Snuggie. A Snuggie. I thought that thing was a joke, would fall flat, and they're still popular. They're still being sold today. And the change in the average day is blankets are hard, and we're going to make it easy to snuggle and Netflix and chill without your blanket falling everywhere while you're eating popcorn. The 4th biggest way, bestest way to sell your business is to have a change and discuss status. So my favorite example with this one is going to be Bora Bora. Who doesn't want to go to Bora Bora, right? To understand the concept of selling status, you're not selling someone 2 tickets to sit in some sardine can of an aircraft for 13 hours, however long it takes to get way over there to Indonesia. You're actually selling the status of international traveler. You're selling the status of an elevated individual who can sit on a beach in a cabana on top of the water with their little hot dog legs in the images and a little bitty Tahitian drink there with the umbrella in it. That's the status. You're changing who they are from day to day. Over here, they're the boring executive assistant sitting in an office all day. And over here you have a status change where they're the woman running on the beach all dramatically in her perfect fitting bathing suit. Selling status. Who doesn't want to be the woman running across the beach, the guy running across with the woman? This is an awesome person to be. So we do have a worksheet to help kind of like work through this. If I can make it fit just a little better. Simple worksheet to go through this process. It does not need to be difficult. Product market fit. You're going to need one for each individual avatar that you are selling to, and you're going to need one for each individual product or service you are selling. So thinking about a basic funnel, you're going to have some kind of lead magnet. That is essentially a product of sorts. If you have any kind of entry point offer, that is a product. If you have your core offer, if you have any additional items you're selling, you're going to have one of these sheets for every single product. Now, obviously, as you get to have more and more SKUs, if you're in the e-commerce business, this can be daunting, but it is the difference between selling and not selling. It is better to have less SKUs, less products, less services, more productized, but you have a product market fit for every single one of them than it is to try to have one of these for everything. It's just not going to work. If you need some good examples, let me take this screen share off for a second and put a different one on. There are two great videos that I have linked for you. The first one is going to be this one from the Dollar Beard Club. You can find this on YouTube. Like I said, I have the links included, but it covers every single aspect of really, truly knowing your avatar and understanding what you have, feel, your average day, and your status before and after. And even at the bottom here, what I have not even discussed, the good versus evil. In the Dollar Beard Club, in this particular commercial, good is the manly guy with the big old manly godly beard, and the evil is that little wimp guy over there that has no beard. Another one that you can do is the chat books. We have a work-at-home mom who does chat books, and her evil version is that stay-at-home scrapbooking mom with all the time in the world, and she's so perfect. But it goes through every single stage, what she has before and after, how she feels before and after, changing in her average day, and she's honest about it, and that's one aspect I love. She's a mom with a bunch of kids running around. Her day is not perfect, but it is better, and it shows how they've made it better, and it shows her status change. Everything from starting in the bathtub because she fell in and fell asleep, and her kid was, she was timing her kid, to the very end where she actually takes a relaxing bath, and it's all funny in pure Harmon Brothers style with dropping the phone at the end. So go back up here to the worksheet. There we go. And we're going to fill this in. So this is really, like I said, one for each individual avatar. Take the avatar that you built. If you built several, start with one and build one for every single product. One individual service or product. If you only have one, that's great. If you have multiple, again, you need one for each of your products for each one of your avatars. And the very first one, what do they literally physically have before and after? Before, they do not have your product. Afterwards, they do have your product. What are those technical specifications? Is it going to include 30 hours of video, 2 worksheets? Is it a pest control service that comes once a month? What are the actual things they're getting? Are you going to sell their house? Are you going to lease their house? Are you going to help them go buy a new house, and you're going to meet with them every Saturday for 3 hours to go looking at new homes? What do they literally get by working with you versus what do they not have by working with you? Second stage, feel. Think about all the different feel words. It's very easy to go online and get a whole list of feel words. In fact, there are a ton of psychologists out there who already have those words because they use them all the time. Don't just stop, I will say, don't stop at frustration and anger, because typically those two words have something deeper below them that is better to get to. And once you can get past those two levels, you'll get a better sales copy, better words to use. Frustration and anger, they tend to be overhyped and overused, and they always usually have some kind of fear behind them. So find out how they feel before your product. Remember that pain and those challenges that we did when we were discussing your client avatar? How do those challenges make them feel? How does that pain make them feel? And then afterwards, how do they literally feel after, having your product or service? A big one could just be relief. It can be actual exuberance. It could be excited. Like, think about that trip to Bora Bora. You're excited for weeks before you actually go. So how are they going to feel? And this is going to create the cornerstone of all of our copy. So take a moment to really think about that. If you did not get that information in the avatar, jump on the phone with someone and ask them, how do you feel after you get that product or service? Think about even a girl buying a dress. Like, we are so anxious until we can run out and wear our new clothes and show everyone our new outfit. Everyone feels something after they make a purchase. People don't like to be sold, but they love to buy. So how do they feel right after they specifically get the product that we're only talking about here? The third level, average day. Now, this one's going to take some thought, but how does your product literally change their average day? And I had one client that was a lawn mowing service. Think about all the different things that a husband gets to do, because it's typically the husband mowing the lawn, on his Saturday. Instead of getting up early in the morning and sitting in a hot baking sun, pushing this heavy mower around, getting his legs clipped with whatever's flying around. Maybe the kids didn't pick up the dog poop. Things are going everywhere. Describe the worst average day humanly possible. And then what is he doing on that average day? For the lawn care guy, his average guy, so now he's hired our lawn care service. He gets to sip his coffee and stare out the window and just look at his beautiful lawn. And he doesn't have to touch it. He can read his paper. He can play on Facebook. He can get some work done. He can play with the kids. His average day is changed because he got his lawn mowed by a service. The next one is going to be status. I'm not going to lie, most difficult one to brainstorm for your product, especially if you do have a product. And like, think about a Snuggie. How does a Snuggie change an individual's status? How does something change a mom's status? In Chatbooks, she becomes a little bit more of a super mom who belongs a little bit more, but hone that in. Think about it. For business owners, they want to be the winning business owner that goes to meetings and goes to do speeches that's winning. They can present their findings of how they're just killing it. They can go to the bars. They can go spend money. They can buy everyone else's tab. They have a profitable business. They have money to spare. What is the status that your person has now? Is it the mom who's barely functioning? What is it called? Scary mommy? There's a whole blog based off of it, right? What status can you take that scary mom, that bad mom, and turn her into a super mom? How do you turn the boring, dead-end executive, personal executive assistant and turn her into a world-class traveler who's flying out to exotic places like Bora Bora? Take a moment, think about how your product or service truly changes the individual's status. Write those down, just blot them all down. This is purely brainstorming. Circle the best 3 in each one of these blocks because we're going to use them to knock out some fast copy really very, very quickly in the coming days. The last section on here is good versus evil. And I'm not going to lie, this one took me a while to like really wrap my head around. But everyone kind of needs a metaphor to work off of, right? We need to understand who the bad guy is and who the good guy is. So if you go back to Chatbooks, as I mentioned, the good guy is this working mom who is contributing and has kids and is functioning. And the bad guy is that freakish stay-at-home mom with all the time in the world who doesn't work to make all these beautiful scrapbooks. And you'll see when you go in there and you watch this video that she's just completely mocking them, slamming her hammer down on a computer screen, got glue everywhere, and she's like huddled in a corner going, freak, because this is the enemy. Anybody who's trying to work, especially work from home with kids, understands that there's a huge difference between the stay-at-home moms who have no job and just take care of kids all day, and it becomes a point of contention. Finding the good versus evil inside of your product market fit will help you really explain and really reach into the heart of your future customers so that they really feel you get to go jump in their heart because we can all work towards a common enemy, right? And I hate dividing, but as you can see, even in our current political, it's highly divisive, and there's a reason for that. It works, it sells. So who is the enemy where you are the good guy? And make this work for your specific avatar. If we go back to the beard oil guy, again, the good guy is the guys with the beards, the godly long beards that need all that luscious beard oil. And the bad guy is someone who doesn't have a beard. So this doesn't have to be highly divisive. We're not trying to start World War III. We are just trying to take the person and elevate their status by giving them a community. Community is the new brand. Notice in these past 5 days, we've not talked about branding or logos or business cards because they don't matter at this point. Building a community where people can see themselves on your good side and they can see the opposite side, the posers, the losers, the evil side, however you want to define it. This is going to be what ultimately builds your brand, is the ability to provide them a community in the good versus evil section. So for my Business Growth Network insiders, if you have any questions on the product market fit, please bring them over to our Facebook group and ask. Show us your product market fit. Let us tear it apart. Let our partners give you some great ideas. And hey, the other members could potentially be your ideal customers, or they have friends or family that are customers, and they can help you dive in here and tell you how they feel before and after these types of products or services. So add all of your product market, go fill out your sheet, add an image, a screen share, a PDF, so that we can all see over there in the group, and let us go over and critique it. Tell us what you're doing, what you're trying to do, who your avatar is, and I can promise you we will get you up and going. So again, it's in the Facebook Business Growth Network Engagement, BGNI Insiders Engagement Group, and we'll get you some help over there so we can get you through your product market fit on your day number 5, so we can get you cruising over to day number 6 and get your business doubled. So if you have any questions, go to the group and get this product market fit done. 1 for each product, for each avatar. So if you have 2 avatars and 3 products, you're going to have 6 of these sheets filled out. All right, guys? Print away, get going, bring the group questions. Bye, guys.